Call hello Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright? And this is another article. This one is from shithitthefanplan.com. Okay, and this article is 6 totally insane things that will happen if our power grid goes down. And this is a beautiful article that I came across, which came out yesterday actually. And because I was talking to the brother this morning, he had a vision about, we was in New York City, and a EMP missile was shot up above, and the power went out, and you know it was time, you know, and we was you know, basically the gears got kicked into motion, you know. And so 6 totally insane things that will happen if our power grid goes down, which is to be expected and is all prophecy, you know. So I'm gonna go straight into number 1. It says all commerce will cease. The ATMs won't work, the banks won't open, and the cash registers won't register. For a while cash will be king, but if the crisis goes on for more than a week, Salakia, had the devil interrupt me, but it says for a while cash will be king, but if the crisis goes on for more than a few weeks, then people will view it as worthless. We'd be back to a barter economy in short order. So obviously all commerce will cease, okay? Because everything is based on the power grid, okay, that is just facilitated by energy, which is electricity. So, you know, won't be able to pump gas, won't be able to filter water, won't be able to do any business, you know, not the way that we've been doing it for the past decades. Anyway, number 2, communications will shut down, okay? If you think you can rely on your cell phone to work in a disaster, think again, okay? This is why when I was in school, you know, I went to school for electronics, my high school that is. I went to a vocational school and they taught us how to use radios, obviously electronics course, and in case of emergencies, because of for the same reason, okay? It says in a crisis when everyone instinctively reaches for their phone, okay, to call their loved ones, right, to see if they're okay, what's going on, that limit is quickly surpassed and the radios on the tower get sluggish, thus causing the fast, busy signal. Mobile analysts estimates that a cell site can handle 150 to 200 calls per sector. When a large group are making calls at the same time, the network can't handle the amount of calls. More importantly, communications with police, firefighters, and ambulance services. Okay, so when a large group are making calls at the same time, the network can't handle the amount of calls. More importantly, communications with police, firefighters, and ambulance services will cease. Many of the workers in these positions will try to soldier on and keep doing the best job that they can for as long as they can, all right? Because it won't hit people. Okay, it's just gonna hit people as just an emergency. We'll get over it. We've been through many natural disasters. We'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? It won't hit them that, yo, the shit has hit the fan completely. So out of the goodness of their heart, you know what I'm saying, and also just maintaining, they're gonna keep going on. But it says, however, without ordinary citizens calling them to report crimes and emergencies, they'll be helplessly watching their communities burn down around them. It won't be long before they give up, ditch their posts, and return to their families. Okay, and that's gonna be when there ain't gonna be no more cops to calls, and a lot of these demons are gonna humble down. Okay, and then you're gonna have to fend for yourselves, and then you're really gonna be scared. You're really gonna know what it is to be tough if you have it in you to be tough. It says number 3, without electricity, all forms of fuel that our society relies on will stop flowing. All of our vehicles will be dead in the water, okay? And more importantly, the trucks will stop delivering food, the grocery stores will be stripped bare in hours, and will not be replenished for a long time, really not ever, okay? Even if you live in an area that is rich in agricultural resources, there may be no food to be had since those farms rely on fertilizers and farming equipment that must be delivered by trucks, which ties into number 1, that all commerce will cease. Number 4, and of course, many of those farms will lack water, as will your plumbing, okay? For a couple of days after the power goes out, you'll still have running water since water towers rely on gravity to feed the water to your home. However, electricity is required to clean that water and pump it into the tower. Once it's out, that means that you won't be able to flush your toilet. So not only dehydration will be a major threat, but without the ability to remove human waste or wash your hands, every community will face daunting sanitation problem. Number 5, when the grocery stores are stripped bare, the pharmacies won't be far behind, okay? Because people are gonna be going crazy for medicine, right? People are gonna get sick, diseases is gonna spread, people are already sick, people's immune systems and bodies already suck, okay? People don't take care of themselves, and then it's gonna be evident just how bad their health is and how important it is to maintain health and how difficult it will be to maintain health once the shit hits the fan. So of course, you know, when grocery stores are stripped bare, the pharmacies won't be far behind, okay? Millions of people who rely on life-saving medications could die in the weeks and months that follow. But perhaps more shocking is what would happen to the people who aren't using drugs that are immediately life-saving. 13% of Americans are using opioid drugs, which are highly addictive and cause horrendous withdrawal symptoms. Another 13% of Americans are on antidepressants, and likewise, the withdrawal symptoms are pretty problematic. In other words, within a few weeks after the grid collapses, about 25% of your neighbors are going to be in an awful mental state that is not conducive for survival. Okay, they're going to be nervous fucking wrecks. They're going to be panicking. They're going to be angry. Okay, they're going to be doing shit out of desperation. They're going to go fucking psychotic. Okay, and you got to watch out for that. You're going to have to watch out for that. Okay, some of you might get destroyed by the hands of those that are on these opioid drugs, okay, who will experience these crazy withdrawal symptoms because they need what they want what they need, and they're gonna do whatever the hell they have to do to get it because they're not gonna want to endure and experience the pain. Number 6, and finally, one of the most shocking things that people will have to deal with is the lack of GPS, okay? The GPS satellites will probably keep running, but eventually the devices that read those signals will give up the ghost. Okay, how you gonna power your shit without electricity? I mean, yeah, you got solar panels. You know what I'm saying? There's solar, portable solar equipment. There's I forgot what the type of engine is. It's to create renewable electricity. You have hand cranks. Okay. There's ways to produce electricity that is not from plugging it into a wall. But if you're on the move and all hell is breaking loose, you know, you're just not gonna be out in the open with a solar panel, you know, and a USB connector to your iPhone or iPad in plain sight. Okay, you're gonna be on the move, dodging the damn they're gonna be basically land pirates, so to speak. Okay, you're gonna be dodging the military on top of that because it's gonna be martial law. You know, it's going to be a bunch of chaos. So really, you're not even going to be able to depend on, you know, all these doomsday preppers and people that's backpacking for doomsday, collecting, what's that shit called, supplies and shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to be able to do much with it, you know, because you're going to have to worry about getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? If people know who you are and where you're at. Man, if you're in a car, man, and you got a bunch of goons, you know, that are rolling deeper than you, you're fucked. You're walking around with a big-ass backpack, you're fucked, because you're an easy target. And if you're sitting around in your home and people just, you know, saying eventually people are going to break into every house they can just to find shit. And if people discover that there's people living there and you got shit, you know what I'm saying, you're fucked. So really, what you going to do? You know, so it says these days people are pretty reliant on GPS for directions, and there aren't as many paper maps lying around. The average person is going to be utterly lost if the grid goes down, obviously, okay? Because people don't know how to read maps. Okay, people aren't familiar with maps. Technology has everybody dumbed down. Okay, it says in summary, law and order will break down at every level, and death will be around every corner. It's one thing to grow up and live in an era that lacks electricity, but to be sent back to such a time on a moment's notice would be one of the most challenging things that a person accustomed to modern amenities would ever face, okay? And that's why a lot of you people are going to have trouble, man, because you people don't know what it is to come from the dirt, man, from the gutter, where the lights go out, okay, all the time. Like how it was living with my family for some time when I would go visit in Dominican Republic, okay? Walking around barefoot, with rooftops made out of tin and barely having any electricity from day to day. You know what I'm saying? Having to go to walk to water wells to get water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you people don't know what that is. Having to be self-reliant, to farm, to build fires. You know what I'm saying? Being able to make clothing. You people don't have those skills. You know what I'm saying? I don't even have a lot of those skills. You know why? Because we're accustomed to inner city life where everything is given to us. Anything you need, anything you want, you just go buy it. Okay? So, this is this article. I'll post it up in the description as usual. You read it, share it, because this is the talk. People are scared about the power grid going down. Our infrastructure sucks. The economy is weak. That's the talk. And you can't deny it. You gotta be a fucking zombie, man, to deny it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be completely blind to deny what's going on. When, like I brought out in the previous article, you got all these stores closing. And it's evident with natural disasters, or so-called natural disasters, like Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy, and so on and so forth. Some shit happens, the power goes out,